Hi downloaders, welcome to another Hell's Bell 173 video blog. Now, last Friday it was the Download Fan Forum. It was held in Nottingham at the old trip to Jerusalem, and what a great pub that is. Really enjoyed it, and it's like a under the castle and built into the rock. Lovely little place. Yeah, we had joining us from Live Nation, we had Andy Coppin and Dave Bradley, who do a lot of obviously the band booking for Download. We also had John Probin and Melvin Ben, also from Live Nation. Now, we did a lot of discussions. We was talking for quite a while about Download and what's gone wrong and how to improve it and what suggestions we all had. Now, Andy Coppin was first up. He had a little bit of a chat with us about the bands and why he was booking what he was and what the future holds. Now, he talked about, he's getting a bit of a stick from booking Biffy Clyro and acts like that before he's booked Muse and The Prodigy. And basically he's got to keep these bands fresh and the headliners fresh, because obviously bands like Iron Maiden, Metallica, AC/DC, they're not going to be around forever. And we need to start bringing in these new acts. And I think it's also good for Download. Bring in these new acts, weed them in, and some of them are pretty good. I know Andy was saying that, watch out for Biffy Clyro. He's going to be the band to watch. He's got some stuff in line for us, and obviously future headliners as well, like bands like Five Finger Death Punch. Bands like that are knocking on the door of Download, knocking on the door to headline. So you've got to keep these bands fresh, and also bands are slipping a little bit. Bullet for My Valentine. They've been special guests twice, and they've headlined stage 2. But it's not really happening for them. A couple of crap albums, I must say, and they're falling away. So, yeah, it's nice to see these up bands coming through. It was also talking with Dave about booking bands for the new Avalon stage, which was the old stage 3. And, there's going to be a lot of new bands on that stage, a lot of skater, punk rock bands on that stage. A lot of up-and-coming bands. It's probably not going to be at home much on the main stage with the other bands, but definitely on that stage they're going to fit in really well. Obviously with the wrestling round there as well, it's all going to have a good vibe around that side of the stage, which is pretty cool. And obviously that's another one of the changes. They've had the moving stage 3, which I told you last time, and that is going to be the Avalanche stage. And if you're looking towards stage 2, the left-hand side is going to be now completely open. You're going to be able to walk around there. And that's where your Avalanche stage is going to be with the wrestling. So as you're looking at stage 2, around the left, you're going to be able to walk all the way around there. They're opening all that up. There's going to be more toilets around there, more disabled toilets around there. There's going to be more food halls around there. So, yeah, that little area to the left, it's going to be a nice theme sort of area for those bands. Hopefully, if it's successful, that'll continue. But yeah, that's a nice touch. So anyway, on to another point. The security was raised, and I know John was particularly keen to get on top of the security. Last year, people were a bit unconvinced about whether people were checking the wristbands, whether people should be where they are, and things like that. So, but they've got a new company handling the security this year, and they will be on top of it. They're a professional company. They've done festivals before, and they've also been down to that site. They've been down to the Download site, and they're checking it out, and they will be on top of it. There will be no problems there, I'm sure. It's going to be a lot safer for everybody. Also, talking about information, I told you last time about the dog squad. There's going to be about 400 of them scattered all over the site, including the car parks, and they're going to be armed with all kinds of useful information. They're going to know more about the site than ever before. There's going to be briefings. They're going to know. They're going to be in the car parks, on the site. Any questions you might have, or they're going to be able to answer them. So yeah, the dog squad, look out for them. They'll be wearing the bibs with the probably dog squad on the back and the logo, I guess. So yeah, that's another great addition. Obviously we have a new traffic management system being put in. We were aware of the trafficking problems last year. People didn't know where to go, or obviously the M1 closing didn't help, but you can't kind of predict that a guy's going to be hanging off bridges threatening to jump off, can you? That was really something you can't plan for. But yeah, new traffic management system being put in. So once you get up to Donington, please don't follow your sat navs. use the signs. There's going to be loads of signs directing you from way off, okay? So obviously, you know, if you're coming a long way, follow your sat nav, but once you get on top of Donington, use the signs, follow wherever they direct you, and you'll get where you're going, okay? Also, new pathways being put in. There's going to be new temporary pathways all over the site, round by the toilets, right through the campsites, right on the arena as well. We are talking about making permanent pathways, i.e. a bit of tarmacking and a bit of hard standing. But obviously for things like that you have to get the landowner's permission. But you know, the landowner seems keen on doing that and helping download out in any way he can. As I've told you before, Donington Park has a new owner, and he's expressed great interest in a download. And you know, I think he'd already mentioned, you know, that we can hold a download there for as long as we want. Basically, he's totally happy with it, and is behind download all the way. So that's really good to hear. Also, yeah, I've told you about opening up at the left-hand side of the stage, haven't I? Yeah. What's going to be where stage 3 was? We don't know a lot about that. I think it's going to be back of house area. I think that's going to sort of be behind the stage now, or there's even talk about making the what do you call it? The guest area a lot bigger. Okay, so back of stage, guest area bigger, probably where stage 3 is. So yeah, that's cool. Merchandising. I had a quiet word with John on the side, because I've always kind of pushed him for merchandise. I was always a bit vocal about it not being so good, not being so clever, the printing not so good. And he actually said he was a bit disappointed, because he remembers buying a hoodie years ago, and then he picked up another hoodie last year and the quality wasn't so good. But he's on top of that. There's a new range coming out. Obviously the quality is going to be a lot better, and he was a bit disappointed with that. But yeah, he is assuring us better quality on the merchandise. Okay. Anyway, next year, Andy Coppin did mention that he's already got 2 headliners more or less locked in for next year, okay? So that's 2018. He's got 2 headliners locked in, or more or less locked in, and he's even got a serious offer out for download 2019. That's how far download's going ahead, okay? So 2 years in front, and he's on top of it. So yeah, as I've heard, that the download tickets are being posted at the minute. I've seen a couple of people tweeting me that they've got their tickets in their hand. I can't wait. It's always a great time of year, watching the postman with bated breath. So yeah, all in all, it was a really good meeting. I thought they was all pretty open and eager to take on our thoughts. So yeah, hats off to them. Trish and Ev did a great job monitoring everybody's questions and getting the things off the boards that people wanted to know. So great stuff from them. Obviously, what was it? Last week I had a Metallica album, didn't I? Where is it? Yeah. Hardwired to Self-Destruct by Metallica. I was going to give that away. So what I've done is, I've got all the names in a hat. Here it is. This is my daughter's gig hat. So all the names are in there. There's about 20 people retweeted me, which was great. I'm going to pick one out. Let's have a look. That'll do. Okay, here we go. And Tony McAteer. Okay, Tony, this Metallica album is now yours. I'm going to get that off in the post to you. I'll follow you, and you can DM me your address. That's about it for this one, downloaders. Any more information I get, I'll be sure to let you know. What is it, 5 weeks away? Not long now, kiddos. Stay safe, downloaders.